Today I'm starting my new whatever I can say, like new beginning of my life. And I love reading, but I never ever read anything because I haven't time for these things. But now I'm free, that's why I started it. And I found this app, and that is like a blogging, and you have to also read these types of books, and you have to install this app, and it's literally an awesome. I literally want it. Okay, now I want to start reading from it directly. Maybe they'll not they'll not do anything like a copyright and any scam. Actually, I tried my best, and I love it. Literally, I love it, and that's why I want to share with you all. Okay, let's start. How to get away with the reader's block. Okay, my teacher told me, media, media, media. We just can't get enough of the media. Social media are media, newspapers are media, the radio, the TV, the cinema, media are everywhere, and we consume them almost for the same amount of time we spend in our office. According to a Goodman study, time spent with digital vs traditional media in the US 2011 to 2025, published in August 2023. US citizens in 2022 consumed digital media 7 hours per day on average, against 4 hours on traditional media, meaning TV, radio, cinema, and print publishing. Needless to say, as the consumption of digital media grows exponentially, the consumption of traditional media falls in a specular fashion. This media also provides a forecast of how numbers could change in 2024 and 2025, and it looks like we are not going to do any better. Books are media too, even though we don't treat them as such. We buy them because they are pretty. They rest in peace untouched on our shelves for dusty years, and yet our teachers told us to read, and instead so much in giving out reading advice, they would give us summer readings, push us to look for our favorite genres, read aloud great literature with emphasis and care. But we can't help it. We are tired. Our eyelid weight like 1,000 pounds, and we just want not to struggle more than what we already do in our day to day lives. But everybody tells us that reading improves our writing, our memory, our sleep, and our mood. Then why do we find it so hard to open that block of paper every day? Of course, this is not the case for everyone. A study reported by penguin.co.uk says that an average UK citizens reads 12 and 5 books per year. It is more or less one book per month. However, if you open this article, you must be looking for advice on how to start the healing journey for your inner reader who looks a bit off but maybe only needs a little help. Don't you worry. Everybody has been there, and there is no shame in saying that you haven't been able to open a book for months or even for years. We don't want to leave you alone on this journey, and also we have do love to give another little reason to listen to our suggestions for the book of the month, because we really did our best to share our favorite English speaking literature. Ludwig commits to share with the audience tips and curiosity about English, and it dedicated a monthly column to book because the team believes in the power of good literature, not only to help you write better and expand your vocabulary, but also to share good values, develop a good taste in media, spark up stimulating debates, and amplify your critical thinking. So here's my take on the importance importance of books after a long journey to recover my love and appreciation for them. I swear I will keep it as original and less patronizing as possible. But before I reveal to you the backstage of my reading healing journey, let's just wrap up the reasons why books could still be the most powerful media to connect with yourself and forget for once to the doom scrolling bedtime ritual. The reader's privilege. Books can change lives. They are burnt at squares to manifest dissent. They lead new movements or they become illegal. Once upon a time, being a reader and a lower class member of society was very revolutionary and punk thing to do. In the beginning of the novel, The Red and the Black by Stendhal, the young protagonist hides from his miller father to read his precious novel because the patriarch would consider it a waste of time. Black enslaved people would be forbidden to learn how to write and read books because it would have been both a distraction from being enslaved, and also it would lead to the path of emancipation. Despite what we may think today, books have always been a luxury. Yesterday they were very expensive and reading was a prerogative of upper classes. Today they require an amount of time that most people can't afford between work, social lives and personal care. Despite that, I believe that everybody deserves books, and the key to spreading awareness on reading benefits could be behind the corner. What if I don't like reading but I want to? I am a slow reader. When I go to bed, I am too tired to engage my brain this much. Reading is tiring for my overworked brain. I don't know anything about books. There is the misconception around that if you want to start reading, you have to start from the classics. A good classic is indeed enriching and nourishing for your personal culture and vocabulary, but it is not necessary to start off your journey from there. It is like starting your fitness journey by running a marathon every week. No one says you can't do it, but it may discourage those who just need some good time or vibing with a nice story. Classics can be tough to get at first, either because they use a formal register, words we don't use anymore, references to other classics you know nothing about, or concepts that require our full concentration. I have to make a disclaimer here. Many classics have very simple language and feel good stories. Those ones could definitely be a nice start. Okay. The Princess and the Pandemic. When I graduated, I had a full reader's block. It was during the pandemic. I had to wait until the end of the summer for the master's degree to start. No job, no social activities to attend. I thought that it would have been the perfect moment to gather my unread classics and start off my reading journey. Yet every day I woke up, I couldn't open a single book. I couldn't read a single paragraph. I was frustrated. I had this marvelous paperback of Tender is the Night, but I ended up doing literally anything but starting it. After 1 month of bread baking and workout schedules, my eyes fell on a small novel my cousin gifted me for a birthday or a Christmas. I still can't recall, left alone on the top of a pile file documents. covered in dust in the corner of my bedroom. I grabbed it and looked at its shabby watercolor cover. The news title suggested that it had to be a sort of cautionary tale about how important it was to go to therapy, in the form of a metaphorical journey of a princess that fell in love with an abusive prince but started off a journey in the world of dreams thanks to a magic owl. I must say, underlying message was good. If somebody you love is being abusive, seek help and work on your self-esteem. I might have oversimplified it, but the point is that the book was very, very ugly. It was very short, no more than 200 pages. The metaphors were incredibly banal, and the prose was like a too complicated recipe done with the wrong ingredients at the half of the time required because you are too hungry to wait. I literally read it in less than 2 days, giggling and shaking my head on every paragraph. It was fun. I spent the next 2 weeks grabbing all the ugly short books I found in my childhood's library. By the end of the month, I read 15 books. I felt disgust, hilarity, hopelessness, confusion, enjoyment. I even found some good stuff here and there, but by the end of that period, I felt lust for something better. I opened my Tender is the Night Penguin paperback and I enjoyed majestic prose and a perfectly balanced plot in a way that has never happened to me before. I had to slowly enter it. I had to start off very easily to remind myself of the joys of a good classic. From that day on, I started looking for short narratives to alternative my classics with and without prioritising. ठीक है, what looks useful for my skills but looking for books that looked fun. With this, I am not saying that we should dump hardcover long and engaging readings just because they look too hard. My piece of advice is that we have to consider reading as a journey. Find your own way. Don't listen to those who tell you you are not a good reader unless you read this or that. The time for enjoying elaborated, demanding text will come, and your need for good literature might be hiding behind a process of demystification. The word demystification is correct and usable in written English. You can use it when referring to the process of making something less mysterious, secretive, or obscure. ठीक है, for example, the demystification of the legal process helped people better understand their rights and obligations. Got it? Okay. Demystification, right, of the act of reading. Trust the process and remember, a good reader makes a good writer, and this is almost mathematical. But if you want to become a good writer, then that's another article. Stay tuned, it on the way. And if you feel like trying but you want to skip the ugly book part and maybe read something undemanding but still very beautiful in our book of the month list, there are a few nice ones. I personally recommended The Secret Brerer, Daisy Miller, Eureka Street. Very nice books are your friends, not your enemies. This is literally an awesome things whatever I read for you and also for me. First of all, I read it for me, and I also recommended this app for you, and you have to download it and you should read these things. And there is number of things which you need, you have to take a subscription for that, but there is a number of things which you can take it free of cost. Okay, thank you, have a nice day. Please like, subscribe and share, and also download this app Blogwing. Thank you.